Hello, Fort Bend ISD. Dr. Christy Whitbeck, your superintendent here. As many of you know, when I arrived in Fort Bend, I began on a journey of visiting every school and having one-on-one meetings with each principal. And that began my quest to listen and to find out how we can best serve our community. Since then, I have also branched to having small group meetings with community and with different departments. Just Friday, I had 2 meetings that really impacted me. I met with the Willow Ridge community leaders, and I met with Quail Valley Middle School PTO. And during one of those meetings, it was requested of me that I have more scoops from the Supe in order to just share information. They might be short snippets, but they really wanted to hear more about what's going on. So my pledge to you is the rest of this year, you'll have a scoop each week, maybe short and sweet, just filled with only what you need to know at that time, but expect to hear that from me. And I appreciate that feedback and will continue to listen as I'm out and about. Today's scoop is all about the bond. The bond is consisting of 3 separate propositions. Prop A is the largest. It is all about what we need to do at our campuses, and particularly half of that prop is about the older schools. So let me just give you a rundown of a few things. 61 mechanical, electrical, and plumbing improvements, 20 roofs, 34 sets of flooring to be replaced, 10 fine arts auditoriums and renovations, 13 classroom furniture upgrades, 21 playgrounds and walking trails, several dozen restroom renovations, cafeteria upgrades, clinical remodeling, and new drinking fountains. In addition, it includes 3 rebuilds of older schools in need of repair, Briargate, Mission Bend, and Clements. It includes 2 brand new schools based on our demography, and that is one a middle school 16 in the southeast portion of the district and a new elementary school in Harvest Green. In addition, we're renovating Ferndale Henry into an elementary school to relieve growth in the Heritage Rose area. And it also includes transportation upgrades, new buses, new police vehicles, equipment for safety, and many technology infrastructures. Proposition B is about technology devices. The law requires it be separated. This is iPads, laptops, smart boards, things of that nature. Prop C is a 3rd Natatorium to service those in the southeast portion of the district. Together, they add to $1.26 billion, and that is important to remember that we had a bond in 2018 with Phase 2 planned for 2021, and that did not happen because of COVID. So now we're 5 years out. As many of you know, I started as a teacher, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't admire our great teachers out there who are doing their very best to explain to kids what things are and what they are not, especially when they're introducing new material. And so I'm going to do the very same thing about a quick lesson on school finance and how this works with bonds versus the rest of the money that we have. Right now, in Fort Bend ISD, our tax rate is $1.134 or 13 cents per $100 value of someone's property. That is divided from 2 buckets. This very first bucket that you see is 86 cents. This is maintenance and operations. This is the bulk of our budget, meaning this is how we pay our teachers and all of our staff and their benefits. This is the utilities, the textbooks, the supplies, everything that you see that helps a building operate. This is in this bucket. The other bucket is 27 cents. It can be called interest and sinking, or it can be called debt service. But basically, this is how we pay for the bonds that are called based on past bond elections and the debt that we have in our district. This is used for big items. Often I think about items that last longer than 5 years. New roofs, new chillers, new buildings. This is the bulk of that. Together, we get our $1.134 tax rate. Now, what's interesting is that I just learned that in 1982, our tax rate was $1.12. So this tax rate has gone up and it's come back down. Now, we don't all feel it because our property values have gone up so much. But from a tax rate perspective, ours is reasonable, and it's actually one of the lowest rates of any districts around. What I want you to understand is that if this bond were to pass, it would raise this up to 1 cent more to 28 cents. And therefore, you can add it on here and it would be $1.144. What it doesn't do is help over here. And this is the part that I want you to understand. We can't take money from this and move into here. If we did, we could take maybe a little bit, but we can never take this and put it over here. It's only for the debt. So over here, when we're paying our teacher salaries, our staff, we know that we've got to have emergency money. We have to have things, and I'll tell you that just over the 4-day holiday weekend, we had a pipe burst on the second floor of this building, in the administration building, and it just went all through because no one was here, seeped down to the first floor where all of our servers were and our technology. And luckily, we have some amazing people in various departments that came and helped. But that is going to be a multi-million-dollar insurance claim. Thank goodness we have insurance, we always do, but it's a $500,000 deductible. So just like in home, like right now I have a cracked windshield, it's going to be a $500 deductible. Same thing for a district, just on a bigger scale. So we know we have to have money for emergencies. We just had a sprinkler head get hit by a basketball in a gym. It's flooding the whole gym, and guess what? We have to replace the entire floor, and we'll have a deductible on that too. We plan for emergencies, but we cannot possibly cover all of those big things that I listed earlier, especially those in Prop A. No way. So that is how bonds work. We have to have both things. So that's a little simple lesson in school finance and how a bond works. Early voting starts today. I'm headed into the lobby to do my voting. Goes through May 2nd, and our election is May 6th. It also includes 3 important board member election spots. So do your research and exercise your right to vote. Look forward to seeing you out and about in the Bend.